and welcome back to... Can't.
We're so out of practice. And I'm not helping.
This is all staying in at this point.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys. This is
okay.
just who we are now.
Yeah, welcome back to the podcast, I guess.
We're back. Did you miss us?
I'm your host, So Peachy, the Archivist Gremlin.
And I'm your host, MD, the local Rex enthusiast.
And today, we're going to talk about Bella Mune. If you don't know who she is, why are you even here?
Leave. Please don't.
We put up we put up a poll on the server, Siren server, asking what y'all wanted us to talk about, and it turned out Bella Mune and Moonbells was like the top of the top. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
It's our server now. That's all I got from that.
It's
our server.
It's our server. We are mods, so technically we own like a third of it now.
Can you imagine? We don't own anything in that server except like the stuff that we made for it.
All jokes.
Like this podcast.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about basically a recap of her whole lore classroom. We're just gonna like sum it up for you. This is all the lore that we know. So before she became a divine, she was born in Ravenfell, you know, the place that was burned down by Cass. Yeah, rest in peace, Ravenfell. But this was before then.
R.I.P.
So she was born in Ravenfell, and I think I had to like go through the chats to like figure out when, but I think Siren said 2 to 3 generations after the Tri-Banner conflict, which is the whole thing that like brought all the houses of Montel together. Or it was like right after. I kept seeing like both as answers, so I'm not quite sure which one's right.
Make up your mind, Siren.
But until it's in audio, he can like do whatever he wants. So
honestly, do whatever you want.
But also, we want answers. But yeah, so born in Ravenfell. Her parents were from the 2 continents other than Altera, which we can go into detail some other time. But they basically are proficient in like magic and stuff, but like Bella was not so much. So she was like, you know what, I'm gonna do medicine. And she saw that plague was running rampant within every town and city, and so she saw that as an opportunity to like help people. And she was helping so many people that she even gained a huge reputation, being known as like the greatest healer. People even gave her a nickname called the Moon Maid. And the divines, apparently all of them, based on the lore classroom, heard about her. But this obviously like ticked off Rex the most, because he's like, yo, not cool.
He's a butt.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a god, you're not, but
you're just jealous that you're not a god.
But yeah, so but before she like became a divine, she was a healer, a doctor. If you like look at her art, she has like this kind of antler tiara thing, which I initially thought was just a part of her like design as like a divine, but apparently the tiara thing is like actually something that doctors in Altera wear as like a symbol that they're of the medical profession. So that's an interesting little tidbit for y'all. And she became a divine before, or like at the start of Half-Bloods coming, well, not existing, but more so like when people started noticing, hey, there are like these half-human, half-animal people, and she was cool with them. She's pro Half-Blood. We love it. She's a queen.
We love to see a loving... no, that's not a thing. We love loving people.
We love loving people. So yeah, but so when she met Rex, it was because she was, you know, trying to look for herbs. He basically was like, I've heard about you. Let's get married and you can heal all the people with divinity. And she was like, not gonna turn that down, because if a god asks for marriage, you would take it, but this is a rule of thumb, do not actually take it, because it was a trick.
I feel like this is just a general rule. Do not marry someone you've only known for, like, a few hours in a night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even if he is, like, a king
god.
or, like, yeah, like, don't marry someone you've only known for, like, a night. Like,
yeah, this is our PSA, just to help y'all out. In case
any of y'all are in that situation, you know? Just, like, out looking for plants, and you just run into a handsome, like, deity. Don't marry them right off the bat.
Yeah.
So I love that you were just
years, days, maybe, at the least.
Honestly. I love that you were just like, like, oh yeah, no, marry me, and then you can heal whoever you want. She's like, well, that's an offer I can't refuse. It's like,
I mean,
buy one, get one free, but like deity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
But she was actually tricked, chained to the moon, and all she could do was make moonbells, which you will talk about.
Where were we? Moonbells.
Moonbells.
Oh my gosh, moonbells. So, yeah. Rex proposed. She said yes, which already sus. How do you... this is off topic already, but, like, he didn't like interacting with people, and he doesn't do it a lot. So how did he have enough moves to get her?
I mean, look at him. Let's be real.
She said, like, he was charming, and
he's still human, right? Well, at the time, she was still human.
I know, but she was a smart one. She was a smart human.
But still... but she did marry someone in one day, so I don't know.
That's true, yeah. I gotta question her choices. Girl, this is what happens to the nerd girls. Like, she glows up and, like, you know, someone, like, takes it into... oh, that's gonna... oh, gosh, I hope I never glow up. Why my glow up keep passing me? Because I'm stupid. I would do that. Okay, back on track. Anyway, Rex proposed. He gave her the ring. As soon as she put the ring on, chains came from the moon. You know, she was cursed, and he told her she couldn't heal people anymore. Like, she was forced to follow the moon's orbit, right? So she wouldn't be able to... I don't even know how she's not really able to heal anyone now. Yeah, she just, you know, moonbells. So...
yeah, she's stuck on the moon, you know?
Just stuck traveling with the moon. So I think in that I don't know if she didn't cry in, like, she might have cried. She probably did cry, like, right after that.
I would cry.
Honestly. Be like, I'm sorry, what? I'm stuck here? Dare you?
I know, it gets so bored so easily. How can you leave me up here?
No Wi-Fi? Are you kidding?
Didn't have that divine Wi-Fi yet.
Dang it. That'd be the worst. I would actually be so upset. Like, I can't listen to music. You'd have to, like, just have an endless amount of portable chargers, because you can't, like, stop anywhere.
Yeah.
Chargers. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. That sucks. Rex, you suck. I love you, but you suck. Oh my gosh. So, well, we really are... okay, back on track again. So, anyway, in that moment, I don't know, not exactly in that moment, but, like, her contempt and hatred for him in that moment, post-curse, kind of all built up, but, like, it, you know, in that moment, like, she cried, and, like, all of her hatred and contempt somehow got into that tear. As magic.
Some powerful tears, man.
That's the power of fantasy, right? And magic. Just anything goes. And when her tears hit the ground, where they fell, out sprouted these flowers. Beautiful flowers. Lovely blue color. They're called Moonbells. Surprise, surprise. And so these flowers contain all of Bella... so this is a quote. Bella's healing potential. Which, all of her knowledge, all, you know, they can heal, or they have the ability to heal physical wounds and illnesses. And some curses, he said. And I'm hesitant to say all wounds and illnesses, because of, like, certain circumstances, and we'll get into why, like, more later. Like, why exactly we can't say, oh, just blanket, it cures everything.
Yeah.
So
there's an extent to its power, basically.
Yeah. You can't heal. Well, that's another, like, I guess part of the theory, like a theory thing we can talk about. Like, what exactly are its limits? Outside of, like, the ones, like, the people it affects. So based on, like, Pierce's audios and Stannis's, what, first or second audio, something like that, we know it's possible for these flowers to, like, reproduce on their own. Like, they produce seeds, they can reproduce on their own, and with other flowers. Like, the Twilight Orchid is a mix of, not a mix, it's the offspring of a Moonbell and a plum orchid. So, like, they're actual flowers. Like, you know, they operate much like any other plant. But, like, the main source, I want to say, of that, like, main source of them, that's not English, but their main source is Bella still, right? Like, I'm sure it takes a while for flowers to grow, so, you know, the reason they keep popping up everywhere is she's crying a lot. She must cry a lot. Oh my gosh.
I mean, when Rex comes over to talk about God knows what, you know, I get it.
I'm bored to tears at this. You are such a boring man. Oh my gosh. It really must be, because I keep dogging my own guy. I'm so sorry. That's how you know you love someone, because you're like, I love you, but
We can see where he
all the time. We see the flaws. That's such a nice way of, we love to talk trash about you. Yeah, so, yeah, she's still, it's not confirmed, but, like, we're pretty sure she's the main source of Moonbells, right? So, since, again, like we said before, the first instance they were made, it was, like, based off her contempt for Rex, and by extension, all of the divines. Moonbells are their only weakness, and it kind of acts like kryptonite for Superman, right? It's not lethal, but exposure leads to short-term removal of divinity, and it kind of renders them temporarily mortal. And, like, also might cause slight discomfort depending on, like, I guess how often they're around them. Like, Rex, he's around them enough because he goes to talk to her more often than everyone else, so, like, he's not as, like, I want to say hurt, because hurt is, like, different. He's not as uncomfortable as,
he's kind of, like, used to it at this point.
Yeah. It's like he's built up a tolerance. He's still affected. It's like he's still going to be temporarily mortal, but, like, he's not like, oh, this is uncomfortable for me. Also, he burns them.
Yeah, canonically, he has a pathway of fire and just burns all the flowers near him. So,
it's terrifyingly beautiful, the art that some people have done of that. Just, they're great. I love them as a dynamic, but whatever. Well, later. So, yeah, the divines in general, that's, like, their only real weak. It's confusing to me, though. We'll talk about this after. But, like, divine descendants are also affected by these, right? Because they are part divine. And their reactions are actually a lot more severe than divines, which, now thinking about it, is, like, is a bit confusing. Because, like,
I mean, I guess it's because, like, they're genetically already, like, mixed up with, you know, God and humans, so their body's like, how do I handle this? Do I like it or do I not like it?
Yeah. Which, like, that makes sense, because I think, but I was like, how are the divines, like, just uncomfortable, right? Because they're, like, fully divine. You would think, like, oh, that would, like, cause them to have, like, a severe, like, oh, this is affecting me horribly, right? Like, they're rejecting it completely. But no, they're, like, generally pretty okay. But I guess, yeah, also, like, the mix of mortal and immortal already leads to weird
complications.
Complications is a good word. They're special little beings. So, yeah, that already, I guess, is probably adds to it. Yeah, divine descendants all have fairly severe reactions. Like, they either, it's like it, like, appears as, like, an allergic reaction, or just, like, a kind of, like, sensory, like,
Get sick,
overwhelmed.
you know.
Or like immediate sickness. Like, I think Soren, like, the creators of Soren have said, like, he nearly died or something like that.
Yeah, because,
when,
like,
he first was given a Moonbell, which is like, oh my gosh. Wow. Poor Soren. He's been through so much.
I know.
So they and this is, so the reason they react this way is because, like, it affects part of their genetic makeup. Jesus, words. So yeah, divine muses also. We haven't talked a lot about muses because they're a fairly new part of the lore.
But they are canon now.
They're canon now. Hey. But yeah, so they're also affected by moonbells, but it's more like the divines, like, oh, and even like there's not really any discomfort, it seems like, right? It's just, oh, we have powers and now you don't have powers.
Yeah.
It just takes, yeah, it takes away their divine abilities temporarily. And we also like exposure, like, oh, they're in the presence of like the moonbell flower, but like we have no clue what it actually, like, if they ingested it, like outside of like the children probably would be like, oh, if we ingested it, it would not have a good reaction. We know that already it's gonna be like a severe allergic reaction, but like we don't know how long it would like affect the divines or like affect muses if they took it in. So the only people that are immune to the negative effects of moonbells are Bella herself, because she made them, right? Archie, because he's a special case.
I mean, he's now canonically a muse of Divis.
Yeah. And he's God. And Divis is immune to them because he literally made everything.
Yeah, he's immune to everything. You know, he is everything.
No
he
allergies.
Is nothing.
Must be so nice. Yeah. But so yeah, Archie is also, you know, by extension is not affected. And Munites. And Munites are, I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I'm not. No, I'm not.
You got this.
Moon Knights? No.
Just gonna pop up Moon Knight on the screen when that
Mark
said.
Steve. I love Steve. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Moon Knight.
Moonites?
Moonites?
Moonites.
Moonites?
We never know how to pronounce anything on this, and if you haven't discovered that, you clearly haven't been listening.
Welcome to the podcast. The first thing you need to know is we don't know how to talk. So we're gonna say things wrong a lot. Yet we still do it, because we love it. Alright. Munites are Bella's followers. She has, so it's, you know, like, this is not really well known, I think, in like the audio lore. So all the divines in Altera have, like, at least in Altera, have like followers, right? And clergy that, you know, are part of their, it's just part of like the religious aspect of not the country, the world. That's oh my gosh. Yeah, they're like a pantheon there, right? And Bella's more of like a myth, right? It's not really confirmed that.
Yeah, like some people are like, oh, we kind of know about it, but not really. You know, it's just hush hush kind of thing.
I feel like they know she was a person, but they don't know like she actually. They might have like, oh yeah, she just disappeared.
Yeah.
Right. They probably just like, oh yeah, no, she just kind of disappeared one night, and then but yeah, so. She has muses and followers, kind of just like the rest of the divines, but this makes us look bad again. Rex's clergy, so justiciars, which is
a subsection of the Dawnbreakers. It's a whole thing.
What we are. I say we're not actually canon. So I'm getting into I'm doing like the whole like Discord thing where you're like, oh yeah, this is my character, and I'm like taking it on. But like we or you know, we as like, oh, I'm not even gonna explain it. Just like, yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. If I say we, I don't actually think it's a thing. We I don't actually think that we are. Yeah, the like justiciar, so Rex followers view these people as like heretics and like pagans who are like spreading misinformation, and so they actively will hunt them down. Yeah, it's terrible. Not so great. This forces, yes, that's an L for Rex. It forces Munites to practice in secret, like teaching new members, practice medicine and other like healing. I don't know if it's healing magic, but like healing.
I'd assume so.
That'd be cool. We should really. But like, I wonder like what types of like. We've talked about this kind of like what types of magic there are, like elemental magic and other things. But
We really got to do an episode on that.
We really do. Oh my gosh. There's so many things that we have to do episodes for. Just talk about like 10 different things. We just do like a
yeah, you'll get it in the next 5 months,
It'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they practice, I'm sure, like healing magic and just they practice their religion, right? But they have to do it in secret. Also, they are the only, I guess, divine following that allows
Clergy.
half-bloods to join. Yeah, clergy to like join. That allows half-bloods to join them. Right? Like, because just all of the divines, all of these other people, they're just really dropping the ball. But
yeah, they're just focused on whatever they got. But like, Bella was cool with half-bloods. So I guess the Moonites know this. I don't know how or where they get their information from.
I have no clue.
If she's not well known. They just know. It's like a sixth sense.
She oh my gosh, it could be like what, Stella and Bella. Stella and
Bella?
No, Stella and Bella. Or like she hears voices.
Yeah.
Did it sound like Mella? Oh my gosh.
It sounded like Mello when you said it.
I'm using the mic. Why?
It's okay. You sound good most of the time.
Most of the time. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. So it might be like maybe she's speaking to someone else.
Yeah.
Besides Stella. Yeah.
But yeah, that's like all the information we have. Factual information. Canon information. And now we're gonna go into the theories. I'll go ahead and go into the first one.
Alrighty.
Okay. So the question or theory that we have basically is like, we know that Rex is gonna get a redemption at some point, okay?
You all saw the Sun and Moon audio.
You can deny it all you want, but this is just facts. We're not saying this as people like, oh, we love Rex. We're like no, it's clear from his actions, but we're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna go into
his
that.
His day is coming. Or he's gonna be a good person. We will bully him into being a good person.
So once he has a redemption, the question is there going to be a point where Bella wouldn't be making Moonbells? Would Moonbells not work the same? That's kind of like the question we've got going. Because if they're made from like her animosity and stuff, once that would it stop completely, or would she like? I guess it all kind of depends on like if it's kind of like its own thing at that point, or is it still connected to her?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're always going to be like made, whether like because it's like it's a reaction of like her tears to the ground, and she's gonna cry, I'm sure, in the future. Yeah. But whether or not they will still affect divines is like, because I'm sure like she's learned to like not forgive him fully, but like she's like her hatred for him over time has like lessened, right?
Yeah.
And it still has that effect. So, I mean, maybe once she fully forgives him and like they fully like come together and be like, okay, we've been through this and we're now like we're going to actually grow as a couple and like, as like she has her freedom back, right? Maybe then she'll like whenever she does like whenever Moonbells are around, like they won't affect divines, but I don't know, it also feels kind of like set in stone. Right?
Yeah.
This whole like this is now like, I mean, because he'll never be able to take back what he did, and that's what they were made from. So yeah, they're always going to be, and even they're like they have that effect even when like she'll just be crying. She's not always crying because of him, right? I hope. Oh my god!
I hope
it's only you. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she cries for like I think what in the first like the first video we even heard Archie in that first video, the lore classroom, right? Like it's just she like they said, oh yeah, she weeps for the people she can't save.
Yeah,
right, and they still have like the healing effects and all of that, but like maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but like it's a good question, and if any of you guys have theories on what you think that would happen at that point, I'd love to know because I guess it depends really if it's like
Mhm.
truly connected to her or if at one point it will be just its own thing that's kind of disconnected from her. Because people can grow them from seeds, so then it's like, is it really connected to her? But they're like based in divine energy. I don't know. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of magic and fluffy stuff that I cannot understand.
Magic is weird. Hashtag magic is weird.
Hashtag magic is weird. God, we're gonna need help when we do a magic episode.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh. I don't have the brain cells for that.
no.
Yeah, that's that on Moonbell.
So the next theory we have is about Stella. So if you don't know I cannot word.
We forgot how to use words, guys.
Words, names, all of the above cannot properly happen. Yep. So if you don't know who Stella is, we're referring to Stella Rogue, who is a student at West Haven, who claims she's a witch, which, based on what people have said about her, seems to be fairly true.
Which?
Which witch? And she talks about hearing voices and whatnot, and a lot of us assume that because does she have like a tattoo that's a
Yeah.
Moonbell or
She has a
something?
Moonbell
Yeah,
tattoo on her shoulder blade. Not her
yeah.
shoulder blade,
So
on like her shoulder, on like her
shoulder
like where her
in
shoulder
that
meets
general
her
area.
arm. Yeah, it's like literally like that's where your arm socket goes, type of thing. I know that doesn't make sense, but like, you know
I
what
like
I
how you're
mean.
getting so specific about it.
That's not specific. That's like the worst way to describe. Like as an anatomy person, that's
You
the
could have
worst way to
said
describe
just
it.
shoulder though, and you were like, you know, where the
No, I'm
shoulder
trying to be specific
socket
so y'all can get the right image. Right? It's like on her. I want to say
I'll
her.
include the image here so you can see.
Is it her right or left? I think it's the left. Her
It's
left.
her left, our right.
Yes, and it's like right where the shoulder blade, like where your arm goes into your shoulder blade socket. It's like right there on that edge, and it's very cool.
But yeah, so she has that
Yeah.
tattoo. So a lot of us have, thought that like maybe the voices, quote unquote, that she hears are actually Bella talking to her, which makes us think that she must be Bella's like muse. I don't know if it's maybe her first muse or like her only muse. Does she have more
Probably
muses?
her only Earth muse.
Only Earth muse, at least.
Yeah, I'm like, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my gosh. Oh, how did she like even really know about
Her.
Yeah, right? Because we don't know a lot about Stella. Like she's one of the like really minor characters.
I mean, she's
So
she's a side character, so we've
yeah,
only heard like bits and pieces about her.
Siren can't voice her, so
No,
I would love to see that.
that'd be beautiful.
It'd be amazing. Siren
Just
voiced
like
all his
sassy
female
siren.
characters, all the female characters, just like for one crack episode.
Oh my
Oh, that'd be
god.
fantastic.
Siren, take this idea, jot it down. April Fools. Okay?
Please. But yeah, like I mean, it had to be before she was in the school because that was like probably we're assuming like that's the reason why she was
Yeah.
recruited, unless she
And also,
was one of
like,
those kids.
was
that,
she a
like,
witch before that?
that's what
Or
I'm wondering.
has
Like,
she always been a witch? This is also a thing. Do they just call her a witch because she acts odd and is probably a muse? Or was she a witch before? These are all questions I have.
we don't know.
We don't
We
know.
need to know.
I'd love to learn more about like some of the side characters in West
Honestly.
Haven, but that's like a whole other topic.
Oh my gosh, can't even. Oh, there's too many to like go through. 'Cause especially like if you think about all the teams, some of
I
these
know.
like we still have no clue, even if after being
Yeah.
given hints. Like you're like
Astro Boy, I'm not gonna add anything else to that. I'm not gonna add any context, y'all. If you want to
oh
know
my
what I'm
god,
talking about, join the server if you're 16
nearly
plus.
lost my mind at Astro Boy.
People are gonna be so confused, and I'm not gonna add
If you know,
context
you
at all.
know. If you
If
know,
you know,
you
you know.
know. But yeah.
But yeah,
She But also, like, we don't know if, like, she was, like, just one of those rich kids that, like, got in and then, like, you know. Because also, that had to be, like, similar, like, Corvin and Connie had to be probably like that, too. Like, oh, they just were kids that just got in to help, create this cover of, like, oh, it's just a really elite academy, and then supernatural stuff happened to them. That might be the case for her. Because we don't know exactly when she became,
like this.
Connected. Why are you like this?
Why?
Yeah, we don't
Why
know
do you hear
when
voices?
Exactly. I see dead people. No, I hear voices. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
I mean, so yeah, connected to Bella, is she a muse, or is she just
I might call
something
her
else?
a witch, but she just might be a muse. And they're like, oh yeah, we don't have those, so we're just gonna call her a witch.
Call her a witch, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And if she's a witch, does she, like, have a coven? I don't know. These are, like... These are questions we don't have answers to.
The underground earth, like, Bella Muse, like, group. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we don't know a lot about Stella, but she's cool. We know that
she's
much.
Interesting. I'd love to know more. If you have any theories about Stella, I'm gonna keep saying this. If you have any theories about our theories, just
leave it down in the comments.
Because I'd love to hear it, and we'll probably mention it again at some point.
It might even become something we mention in another episode.
Yeah.
Like,
especially if it's Stella. We'll definitely save an episode about, like, students, so definitely let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So the next theory that we have, that this is, like, a really old theory, so I don't know if it, like, would really connect, if some of this has been, like, retconned or something, but it's kind of like the connection of Bella being connected to the moon, and Moon generally in mythos being connected to dreams. So where I'm going with this is the fact that maybe Moonbells might be connected to dreams, and really my only, like, evidence to that is, like, the whole dream sequence that Bren had, which I don't know, because, like, it seemed like he was talking and aware that he was talking to the listener, even though they were apart from each other at the time.
Yeah.
She, like, the listener was on the boat with Shay, and Bren was, like, with, he was at the castle.
Yeah, he was taken away at that point.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if this was just kind of like a one-off type of thing, but it's connected in the playlist with Bren's stuff, so it's supposedly canon. And before that point, they had used a Moonbell. So that's where I'm thinking, like, maybe by using a Moonbell, it connects Bella to them, and thus Bella can connect to, like, their dreams. I don't know, but I feel like that'd be an interesting if that was, like, a part of her abilities, like, to somehow connect to dreams, because in a lot of, like, mythology, the moon is connected to the idea of dreams, because I guess nighttime and sleeping. I don't know, I don't really know the details. I'm not the biggest, like, mythology nerd. I like bits and pieces. If you know more about it, let me know.
I get that, because I remember we talked about in, like, the Lore Theories channel, I think, like, Bren. Jeez. Bren, like, having a book or something where, like, he read that you can use Moonbells and stuff. Right? And, like, we weren't sure how he got this book, because also, all of the magic we've seen has, like, nothing to do with Moonbells, right? And
yeah.
So, I don't want to assume that it's not a big part of spellcasting in Altera, but that's all. It's mostly divine based, right? And Bella still, because she has been kept hidden and, like, away from people, her level of magic, I'm assuming, is very, like, limited, and, like, limited not just, like, for her, but, like, how much people know, right? And how, like, people can use it. So, like, also, this is very old, and it also happened one time, and then Bren never mentioned it again.
Yeah, like, they didn't talk about, hey, you remember that
crazy dream
that I had?
Yeah, don't worry about it. We have more pressing things to deal with.
It just felt so odd for it to just kind of be, like, random. Like, I feel like it had to mean something, or I'm just really looking into it too deep.
Hey,
also a possibility.
We're supposed to overanalyze. It's our special skill.
It's our job.
But yeah, I mean, I think like especially if Bren knew to like use a Moonbell and like a spellcaster thing, it had to be somewhere written down somewhere. Maybe it was written by like a Munite,
Mm-hmm.
and then like he just happened on a book, and then like
Yeah.
I don't know. This is all making it up on the fly. But
Yeah. All assumptions, all just kind of guesses, but like
you know what they say about assuming, which tracks for me.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, because also like, well, I don't want to say Stella doesn't dream, but have we heard about like Stella and dreaming?
No.
No. Okay, never
Just
mind.
she hears
She
voices.
used hears voices. But yeah, so but that was like we said like it was similar enough to like how Bren and not similar enough, but like it's kind of similar to how like Bren and Driftwood right were able to talk in the dream. So like maybe it was something similar and like it's still connected.
Yeah.
So
And I feel like I remember in the audio, Bren was like, I don't know how this is happening, but it feels real or something like that. So he's like, they
and the
seemed
only
aware
magical
that they were in a dream.
the only magical substance he had before that was a Moonbell. So
Yeah.
that's the
That's
only
why I feel like, maybe Bella was playing matchmaker and was like, these two are apart. I'm gonna get them connected again. I don't know.
heck yeah, Bella.
She doesn't got a lot going on,
It's a lot
so
like Div, where it's just like, I'm just gonna cause drama for my entertainment. Not even drama, just
she
like
ain't
but
got
she's like
nothing
wholesome
else.
drama. Hers is like hers is wholesome drama. Div is like chaotic drama, like true soap opera
Yeah.
nonsense, just going down. That's why I hate
But yeah,
Brennan
so
and Abel. That whole situation. He's like, oh my gosh, it's just getting good. Dang. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why we think that there might be a connection to like dreams and Bella. Because, I mean, we know that her whole thing is like healing, but like with her being connected to the moon, maybe she's got like some kind of third, second, kind of power ability thing.
I mean,
Because
she
like Rex can like take, like his thing is like the sun, but it's also like heat and like
and he has
fire.
like control over all the planets.
Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of, they kind of vary with their powers. It's not just like one set thing. They all have like their own kind of like subsections of what their powers do, and
Yeah. And because
maybe like dreams could be like mental health. I know that sounds really stupid, but think about it.
Oh my
Her
gosh.
whole thing is health.
Bella is the therapist that they need. Oh
So
my
she goes into your
gosh.
dreams and she therapizes you. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my god, all these
Therapizes?
things.
Oh my gosh. I'm done. He therapizes you.
Oh my god.
I'm being so loud in my house right now. Oh my gosh. No, I love that. No, but also like she's been chained up for so long, right? It was mentioned. We keep on referencing the chat, but like that's all we have really.
That's where we get most of our
that's
lore, to be completely honest.
yeah. And it was mentioned like we don't know the full extent of her abilities because she's not been able to use them yet. She doesn't even fully know. I don't know. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that might be something, right, that she is able to do, and she's just kind of learning now how to.
Yeah. I mean, she's been chained to the moon for like several centuries at this point, so
I wonder
she
how
probably
old they
discovered.
Are they thousands of years old? I keep saying hundreds, if not thousands. Like they're
The divines
yeah,
or like.
divines.
I mean, the
Like
divine.
she might just be
How
hundreds
old
years.
is the Earth? I'm trying to judge it off of that.
That's that you can get different answers from different people. At least it has to be at least 1,000 years old. It's a million years. It's
I would
almost a
say
million
that.
years old, right? Isn't the world almost like
Uh,
a million years? Isn't it's not almost. It's definitely over a million years old. Oh my gosh. This is American education system, you guys.
billion. It's 4.5 billion years old. This is using. I googled it just now. Okay,
The American education system, everyone.
Google.
We're doing so
But
well.
so they're probably more than like 4.5 billion years old.
Nice.
We use science here on the Lore Gremlin podcast.
The circles type of science.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they probably use like Google as their.
They should hire us,
They
honestly.
really should. we
Giving my application right now.
we fully become the villains in this. Just to all of our friends. Why are you like this? Because we can be. We decided to just help out. But they need help. They need our help.
They need help. Yeah, we felt so bad. We pitied them. So we offered our services.
Like, they need at least like an assistant or PA to like be like, hey, maybe don't lock up all your important stuff in a file cabinet in the place where the people are, and make sure your children don't have keys. Make sure your children don't even have access to like even have a chance to get the keys.
Yeah, I'm
a mess.
But yeah.
Mess.
What were we talking about?
The moon and dreams.
Multiple moons.
Moon nights.
Moon nights. Moon night. Ka-chow. Okay.
Ka-chow. We're doing really well, all things considered, you guys. Yeah. This couldn't go better.
I mean, it hasn't even been that long. What?
I don't know.
Hour-ish?
Oh my gosh, has it only been an hour? We normally go on for forever. Hey.
See? We're organized.
Heck yeah. That's so not confident. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a connection to
possibly.
Bella to dreams. Possibly. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what she's capable of.
We don't know the extent of her abilities anyway, other than like we know healing-ish and Moonbells. Like, to be honest, we don't know a whole lot about her.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why
do you think
connected.
Yeah, sorry. Do you think like you know how like in Entangled, right? Once her hair was cut off, she like when she cried on a person that like healed the wound. Oh my gosh, she used to like go around and just cry on people. Just cry on people.
Oh my god.
I'm so good.
She just carries a vial with her.
Here you go. This is a bottle of my tears. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Is this sanitary? It's like, this
is sanitary. Yeah?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's tangent, but we're also kind of related.
But yeah, okay. Next theory.
Ooh, so this is a fun one.
Yeah, so trying to talk about the extent of the Moonbell's powers, abilities, what they can do, and to what extent. So what we know is that in general they can heal wounds of some kind. They can help speed up the process of healing, and be used with like to help heal curses and such, like we saw with Bren. But not just the Moonbell itself. It had to be in addition with some kind of like incantation thing.
Because the thing with that, right, was like it was like kind of burned into him, so you had to heal the burn, and then also break the spell.
Yeah, so it was a two-part. You know, can't just use the Moonbell. Gotta follow the steps. It's a recipe, okay?
It's a recipe.
It's a recipe.
Oh my gosh, magic is just a recipe.
Magic is just recipes. Magic is baking. You know?
The Great
British Am I wrong?
Off, but like magic. Honestly, it is kind of magic. Kind of magical what they do in there.
But so one question that we had was, so if Moonbells can like help you speed up healing, maybe even cure things, can it cure things such as lycanthropy, which has been said to be, they talk about it like it's an
actual
disease. There we go. That's the word. Thank you.
It's a transmittable disease. Don't get bit, guys.
Oh my god.
Don't get bit.
Don't get bit. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Avoid Jace like the plague.
Yeah.
I can't believe that is so irresponsible. Like, he's not even like, that's like literally like a 16-year-old type of move. He's like a fully grown, they have to be at least 18 in this academy. He's a fully grown man biting people. That is some childish stuff. Oh my goodness. Like, youths. But he's not even a youth. Adults. Color wild.
He will be a youth in my eyes.
He'll
okay?
always be a youth. Honestly, how do you bully someone in, like, basically college?
Oh, don't even get me started on that because we could start a whole tangent about that.
We really could. You gotta be, like, just... I know he's unstable, but, like, that's just, like, another level of just sad. But, yeah, we're not going into that.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Not today, at least.
Not today. When we do the villain episode, that's just gonna be a roast session.
Oh,
honestly.
God, definitely.
Except for everyone...
Except with Cersei.
I was going to say, literally everyone except Cersei. Because she's a queen. An evil one, but still...
She's evil.
Still a queen.
Bad person, great villain.
Honestly. Just a fantastic character. Alright. But yeah, like... I remember asking this, because, like, it's not... Moonbells, we know, like, can cure most physical wounds. We don't know what it can do, what it does for, like... Does lycanthropy technically fall... It's not a chronic illness. What is it? Like...
I mean,
I guess it's a disease. I know, and, like, it's as soon as you have it, it's, like, lifelong.
You got it for life.
Yeah. So I don't know what exactly it would be categorized under, but, you know, you don't know how exactly it would... We don't know how Moonbells, like... We don't know for sure if it, like, would help with... Like, it completely gets rid of chronic pain, or, you know, like, chronic conditions, or autoimmune diseases, or, like, cancer, or, you know, like, serious, like, Alzheimer's. We don't know how Moonbells affect that, so we can't say, oh yeah, it just cures everything, right? Because those still, I mean, also Moonbells are rare, so you can't say, oh, you know, those don't have, like...
Especially on Earth.
Yeah.
They're like, I think Siren stated that, like, on Earth it's, like, even more rare than it is on Altera, because if it wasn't, then, like, you know, the pharmaceutical company would be like...
It'd snatch it up.
You know. Yeah.
You just find Rex and be like, let her go, we need her. The healthcare system in America.
She will be our businesswoman. She will be Boss Bella.
Oh my gosh. Boss Bella. I love that. Remember the art. Okay, but yeah. We don't know, like, the extent, like, it would affect, I don't want to say more serious illnesses, but we don't know how it would affect really long-term illnesses like that, right? So, and lycanthropy is an odd case because it's not magic, right? It's just, we don't even really know.
But it was created using a GA from what we learned in the history of it.
Yeah, but now it's, like, become fully
its
like
own thing.
Yeah,
where you just get bit and then it's like, boom, werewolf, deal with it.
Boom, or you die.
Sorry, Greg. Yeah, or yeah.
If you survive, it's really like either you die or you become a monster. It's no win situation.
So,
no win. It's a lose-lose situation.
I mean,
you like being
living is great.
Living is nice. Living is nice.
Living is nice.
Living is alright.
Would rather live.
I would rather live.
You know, most of the time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we don't know fully if, like, I think it would, I want to say it wouldn't, because, like...
But maybe in addition to some kind of spell.
Yeah, maybe that.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Because right now it's just a, like, earth thing. But if, like, you apply Altera's magic with a Moonbell, maybe there's a possibility of it affecting it, or maybe, like, lessening the effects, or helping you control, because the whole thing with, like, lycanthropy, like, the worst part we heard about it, Grayson was talking about how, like, oh, like, it's hard to control yourself, especially if you're alone. It's better to have a pack because everyone can keep you in check and make sure that you don't go too wild. So maybe if, like, maybe there's a potential in the future for, like, Moonbell plus some kind of, like, spell to, like, help lessen that urge when, you know, people wolf out.
This is a bad thought, but what if it's... I need to know if this is kind of like... I'm kind of, like, equating it to rabies. Rabies is a virus. Yeah, through the bite of a rabid animal. This is not great.
Yeah. I mean, look at Jace. It makes sense. It does.
But ultimately, it causes... It can lead to death. Right? Wait, how do you do... Is that the worst that can happen? Or, like...
Is death the worst that can happen?
No, like, do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, is it... Oh my gosh, come on. Come on, Google. This is a really bad way to, like, compare this. But, like, I mean, that's how he got, like, through his saliva, right? Like, Jace bit him.
Yeah.
Or, like, each time they've gotten bitten by someone and it was transferred, like, through their saliva into their blood. So, I assume it has to be, like, it's a magical virus. Jeez.
A magical virus.
That's...
Sounds so more uplifting, right?
Add
When it's
magical in front of it,
magic.
and it just makes it sound so much better. Trying to see, how do you... I don't care about the
Bro, I swear the
structure.
lore chat is always active whenever we're recording.
Is it really?
And I'm just
What's happening
like,
now?
I don't know, Siren's talking in there too.
Darn
So
it,
I'm like,
Siren.
I'm missing stuff.
Come on, man. I'm not yelling.
Oh my god, and Rex was mentioned.
Oh, darn it. We can't. Darn it.
Just
Come on. Guys.
the audacity.
Y'all are... I love you guys, but you all are... Oh, your timing is terrible. Your timing is terrible. It's totally
okay.
not our fault for, like, getting off track for, like, an hour and a half.
What are you talking about? We totally started right when we started.
Totally started right on the dot at, like, on the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's not telling... Wikipedia, you suck. I'm trying to see if, like, what, like, the worst that you can, like... Can you die from rabies, or can you, like... Can you die from rabies? Not in humans.
You're learning with us, ladies and gentlemen. Whether the information is correct, I hope so.
It's from the CDC, so I hope so. So if a person does not receive appropriate medical care after a potential rabies exposure, the virus can cause disease in the brain, ultimately resulting in death. So you can survive it. Oh, no. Okay, so there's no... What? What? Okay, so this is the Mayo Clinic, which is also a very good place. Once a rabies infection is established, there is no effective treatment. Though a small number of people have survived rabies, the disease usually causes death. Wow.
What?
So for that reason, if you think you've been exposed to rabies, you must take a series of shots to prevent the infection from taking hold. This is...
So once the infection's got you, you're done.
Yeah, so it's like that.
Is that what they're saying?
Basically, but so in this case, you don't die, but, like...
It sucks.
Yeah. Not in this case. In terms of werewolves, if you get bitten, maybe you take a bunch of Moonbell injections. And maybe it will not...
I wonder. That would be interesting if you caught it early.
How do you just catch it early?
Well, you know, you get bit and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna go inject Moonbell into me.
Hey, nurse, can you inject me?
Yo, Dr. Quartz, can you, like, give me some Moonbells, bro?
Honestly, that'd be interesting to see if that was, like, would work. Right. Now maybe, even... now it's definitely taken hold and it's, like, you know... So I doubt it would work.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah. So maybe it would help with, like you said, like, just kind of lessening the... Not urge to change, but, like, you know, like, maybe it would kind of quell some of those, like...
Instincts.
Yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
But I think for newer people, maybe, if I say if we tried, but maybe if they tried, like, you know, just pumping their body, just an IV of Moonbell juice, just, like, going through the person, be like, yeah, go... This makes no sense. I mean, it makes sense, but, like, the way I'm phrasing it...
It makes sense.
The way I'm phrasing it doesn't make sense. But I hope you all understand what I'm saying. I want to be a doctor.
I hope you guys are still listening at this point.
Honestly, I really hope. But yeah, maybe that's how it works. Maybe it could potentially help with lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got.
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
Okay, but yeah. So, next category is about Pierce, who we have not got enough of.
I'll just say best boy, but
that's all I'll say on that.
I have too many of those. He's a good boy, though.
We've only got, like, one audio. One audio, bro.
One audio and, like, one Patreon preview?
I don't even count that. One audio. I'm stating facts here. Siren, you listening? We want more Pierce.
He's very popular in the community. Maybe not necessarily
Listen,
on YouTube.
Okay, search Pierce on the Discord, and you will see how many times people have talked about him. Okay, just saying, just saying.
That applies to
I'm
so
seriously
many
not mad,
people.
Siren. Okay, just
Oh my gosh.
but
But
yeah, okay, Pierce and Moonbells. So if you don't know, then you didn't listen to the one audio that we have of Pierce.
His dad has more
But
audios, which I guess technically makes sense. Also,
no, it does not make sense. Why don't we have the mafia associated divine child? I'm not gonna go into it.
oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So we've got one audio of him, and in that audio, he is like, "Oh, I'm trying to grow this blue flower. Clearly, it's a Moonbell." I think he even says Moonbell, or he like says it and then he stops himself because he's like, I don't know. But clearly, he's trying to make a Moonbell, and every time he gets a Twilight Orchid instead. So the question is, why can't he grow a Moonbell?
because he's divine. I don't
But like,
know.
but why?
Sweet.
So then, why does it like change into like a Twilight Orchid? Is that like some kind of? Is that his genes being like, we're not gonna make something that kills you?
I guess so, because he has to be using his abilities when he's growing these plants, right? So
Yeah.
he's such a good guy. He's the sweetest boy. I know it has to do with like maybe magic again. Magic is weird. So maybe because we know that Pierce and Stannis are connected, right? You all know Stannis created the Twilight Orchid. It led him to being cursed. The only Twilight Orchid supposedly left is in Leo's possession, but actually it's not because there were a bunch of them on Earth, right? And we know that Lucas technically has a Twilight Orchid tattoo, and I was about to say Leo. Pierce. Actually, I thought there was a bug in my room. Sorry. Pierce has them in his possession. He all of his art has it, right? So you know that they are both connected to this kind of story. Which honestly, I would love for that to be developed. I don't know how it's going to be resolved. I don't know if Stannis is going to be transported to West Haven, and then that's going to be a whole drama. Just them being there and them interacting and Leo's son being Stannis' salvation. It's just I love that. And then Lucas just being there looking out for his brother. I love that. I need it. But right, obviously they're connected. I don't know if it's still going to happen or not because that was a really early point. That was a thing even before Pierce and audio. So, but maybe that is a whole magic thing, right? Like how Bella, right, when her anger, right, causes Moonbells to hurt divines, right? That's just a weird magic thing. So maybe it's also a whole, I don't want to say fates, because also Div knows how everything's going to play out. So he has to have a hand in everything, and he's made everything. So maybe that's that's part of Div making sure all
maybe
of
it's just him looking out for his grandson.
Looking out for his family. Did Dominic Toretto meme. But yeah, that might just a fate thing, right? That just might be for both of those. Just technically, it also might be again like you were saying, a self-preservation. He just can't. His body, no, or not his body, but the magic is oh yeah, no, this is gonna kill you, or hurt you real bad, real bad. So we're gonna make something else.
It limits his ability to even try to actually make it. So it makes the closest thing, which would be a Twilight Orchid because that's mixed with Moonbell.
Yeah, but the thing is
so that makes sense.
Where are the plum orchid parts coming from then?
Just
magic.
His DNA. I don't know. It's his magic. I guess. I mean, if Leo can just make anything out of thin air, then I guess Pierce. It would make sense if Pierce could manipulate something.
Yeah. So he might be
instead of it being a Moonbell,
he might be accidentally manipulating it, or maybe it's on purpose because he knows
without
right?
knowing it. Or
Pierce is smart. Like you said, right? He almost said Moonbell, but he wasn't sure who he could trust. He also he was part of the mob, or technically.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he's
smart.
He's street
Yeah,
smart.
he's street smart to some, and he knows that they're after him. So like he has to have some level of street smarts. Street smarts.
Yeah.
He must know, like, oh yeah, something's up. The teachers are now all of a sudden taking interest in me, which no one cared about how I existed before. This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he just might be on edge in general, right? Because again, the mob.
He's literally being hunted by the mob. Yeah.
Right. So
by his own what he thought was his dad.
Dad? Yeah. No. But yeah, he must know, like, oh yeah, no, there's something clearly up. The teachers are now noticing Glass is like putting pressure on me for like no reason, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't know that he has powers, right? Does he?
I don't know.
He's like, oh yeah, I have a green thumb, and my mom said that, oh yeah, that's something I got from my dad, which must be so nice. Can't keep plants alive. But yeah, he might not know fully, but like he might have like some inkling that like, oh yeah, this is weird. It shouldn't be acting like this. So I don't know. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. Maybe he's not. He's stalling.
Yeah, like if he was doing it on purpose, that'd be smart. Like he's like, oh, I can't. Oh no, I can't make it.
Oh no, oh tragic. Oh, guess so sad. You probably shouldn't ask me to do this anymore. Yeah. Oh no.
That'd be smart. That'd be cool if that was how it was. Like he actually was like on purpose not making it.
That'd be Pierce, clever boy.
This is why we need more Pierce.
Honestly,
I gotta know more.
Yeah.
Like he's literally in the war games, so I feel like we should know more about him.
If
honestly,
we do, it would probably be snippets though. We'd probably focus on him and the West Haven Trevo. Trevo. The West Haven.
Trivago.
No. The West Haven trio.
Oh
gosh. Yeah. So it's probably gonna center on them. Maybe he'll shack up. What's the word? Maybe he'll team up. There we go. It's not. Yeah. Shack up is not the right word at all.
Oh God.
Maybe he'll team up with them, even though technically they're on different teams. But like,
that could be a tactic.
At some point, it's it's gonna be like all out war. Like, oh, everyone fend for themselves.
Because we know this is only part 1 of the whole thing is the flag thing, but there is supposed to be like a part 2 of it. And I don't know if it's a continuation of the football flag. What is it called? Flag football.
No, isn't it Capture the Flag?
Capture the Flag. I don't know sports.
Capture the Flag is that a real sport? Or is that just like a thing you do in school?
I mean, you run and you get a flag. To me, that's sports.
Oh my gosh.
If I have
you run and you get a flag. Oh my gosh. I need like your take. Like you need to just like do a base reaction on like sports things. On like weird sports. I want your reaction on like weird sports. Like what are they doing? Huh? Why are they throwing like a stone on ice? Why are they mopping the ice? Curling that's curling, right? No, what is that called? What's it called? What is it? Curling.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I know sport. I'm not. I'm curling sport. That's curling. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you should do you know what curling is?
No.
Oh my gosh, I need you to watch curling. Cuz it's wild. If you describe it to someone, even just watching it, you're just like, what? It's like is it kind of like shuffleboard? Is shuffleboard I think is the
Oh, is it the one where they're like sweeping and
yes.
the puck thing moves forward a little more?
I don't think it's shuffleboard, but it's like, can you do like curling on like
it's on ice?
There's curling on ice, and then I think there's like you can do like curling. Shuffleboard and curling I think are like similar. Yeah, I think
they're like sibling sports.
Yeah. Okay, curling up Google again. Google is great. This is on CBS Sports. Curling is a simple concept at its core. It's like shuffleboard, but bigger and on ice. Thank you, CBS. This is on an official site. Oh
Is
my
this what you
gosh.
guys came to learn
Mhm.
about sports
Kira's
with us?
botched sports descriptions. We're nerds. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, I just need you to react to curling and like send that to me. Like DMs. Like what are they doing? Yeah.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
they'll team up. Pearson. The trio.
That's where we were.
That's where we
I
were.
was like, what led us to this? And I was like, oh yeah,
Where were we
Pierce.
again? Pierce. Nah, forget Pierce. What's curling?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think we covered that topic.
Yeah.
The next theory is about demons and moonbells. So we know
Demon
that
boys.
moonbells affect the divines, and the demons preceded
Yeah.
preceded
Preceded.
the divines. And so I don't know if they're exactly similar. Would they be affected? But they're not divine, so is it, that's where this kind of like line of like, how would it affect demons since they were made in a similar fashion,
Mhm.
I suppose. I mean, they were made directly by Div.
Mhm. I think
Yeah.
it wouldn't, mostly because I think like their divinity is different. Like I feel like demon, not magic, but like basically demon magic is very different than divine magic. So, and also like the reason Moonbell's like hurt divines is because that's who she hated, right? She doesn't really care about, not that she doesn't care about demons, but like, she didn't.
She probably didn't even know about them when she
because they're not really well known
Moonbells.
in Altera, right? So,
yeah, they're just known on Earth.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think it would be affected. I don't think they would. I think it's like just another flower to them because I don't think it would heal them either.
You heal them, yeah.
I doubt. Maybe it could because I guess technically it heals anyone, right? Except for divines. Does it heal? Could it heal? Can you use moonbells on other gods? Like on the D&D gods?
Because they're D&D gods, but that's crossing the line of like, is it really connected?
I don't know. I'm not gonna question. I'm not gonna think about it. So, for now,
no thoughts.
Head empty. But yeah, I think maybe it's just like it's just another flower to them.
Just another flower.
Pretty blue flower.
Can you imagine hell is just full of moonbells and nobody knows? They're just like, why are these flowers here?
Oh my gosh. All moonbells just go to hell. Oh my gosh.
That sounds like a really bad like movie title.
The opposite of all dogs go to heaven. All moonbells. All moon knights go to hell. Not moon knights. Unites.
Oh, you just offended so many people.
I'm kidding.
All the Munites come after you.
That's honestly. Do it. I dare you. I'm not afraid of you guys.
Oh.
Not afraid.
Bro. You know how many Moonites there are?
I know. I'll take them on. It's fine.
Okay, that's just MD, not me, you guys.
You'd abandon me?
We're cool. Okay?
Wow.
I'm not abandoning you. I'm just stating that I am abandoning you.
I'm not abandoning you. I'm just abandoning you. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Basically, yeah. I don't think they would affect demons.
Demons, yeah. Okay, so we have a few theories about Moonites in particular, because we know that they're already like a secret kind of group. I was gonna think of like a better word than group, but my brain said no. So we already know that they're like a secret group. So we were kind of thinking like, oh, I wonder if there's like a huge Moonite presence within Queen's Garden, because we already know that they're pretty accepting of half-bloods and like are like, yeah, they're people, we're all people. This is good. Which got me thinking, what if the heads of Queen's Garden are Moonites?
Honestly,
It makes sense.
It really does, because it's not connected to any of like the major houses in Montel. So like I feel like also the divine like pantheon is kind of not relegated. Like it's not confined, but like it's mainly in those areas, right? Because even now, like the mages that are like in other, I thought that was my dog. Mages in like, are they all in Vec or like, you know?
No, I think most people are not in Vec anymore. I think they're all just in Altera.
Like, yeah. So the mages, right, who like started doing divine basement. It's now so like removed from that right now. So like there are people that like use magic and use like it's not just minds, right? That like people necessarily like. I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but like it's not just, you know, the divines that like. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Like people still like not believed in, but oh my gosh, English. The divines are not like not everyone like not that they don't believe in the divines, but like not everyone like supports or like aligns themselves with divines, right?
Not everybody's religious, basically.
Thank you.
I got you. I understand what you're thinking.
You do. Our minds are just in sync.
So connected.
But yeah, so I think also like Queen's Gardens has like tensions with, I mean, already now because of the whole like freeing half-bloods thing, but like you never had like such.
I mean, in B's storyline, the listener is from Queen's Garden. Who's to say they're not a Moon Knight?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense.
You never know.
Well, we don't know because we don't know a lot about them, but like,
yeah, all we know is they're from Queen's Garden, and they were there to like basically snoop on Montel and see like what they're doing about the whole Half-Blood situation. So
it's not connected to Montel, so it's not like people would like. They can probably practice like more out like in the open, right? They can. It's already more tolerant of Half-Bloods and all that.
If anything, they're like against Montel, so it would make sense for Moon Knights to like have a big presence in Queen's Garden, where they can just like be accepted and not, you know, punished for like wanting to unite people and heal people.
Honestly. Yeah. I think it makes sense. And this is a headcanon / OC thing, but like I would love for like Cersei to know the person that like is running the operation in Queen's Gardens, especially for like freeing Half-Bloods and stuff. Because like it feels very like again like Sun and Moon, you know, Rex not ideology, but like, you know, Rex people versus Bella people, and like that'd be just I love that. It'd be great. Yeah, I think Moon Knight's having a strong presence there, or like being mainly stationed there, is definitely possible.
Because at least there they can like maybe enact some form of change, while if they were in Altera, they really do have to be like undercover and like protect themselves, and Half-Bloods might not like actually what's the word? Trust them. That's not a hard word. In Queen's Garden, I couldn't think of it.
Because in Queen's Garden, right, Half-Bloods are like treated like everyone else. So, and that goes along with the, you know, it goes along with their beliefs, right? So, you know, it would make sense.
Yeah. So that's why I think that like there probably is a connection, that maybe it's even run by Moon Knights, because it would just make sense for one, their whole ideology, how they treat people and Half-Bloods, and then also them sneaking in to like have people sneak into Montel and like find out information. I feel like that'd be a smart move on the Moon Knights.
Oh my gosh,
side.
I also just thought of this. This is a bit of a stretch, but Queen's Garden, right? Like Bella's technically like she's not a queen, but like she's basically a queen of like the divines, right? Like she's the only. I don't want to say like their royalty, but like she is basically, right? And also Garden Moonbells.
Yeah.
This is a stretch.
That's kind of okay. It's a stretch, but
it also works if you overanalyze it enough. Yeah.
If you stretch what little details we
Mhm.
have, it works.
Which we're so good at that.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that idea.
Thank you.
Siren, take note. You want to take?
Listen to me.
Come on. We're just spitting out some really
We're
good
just
ideas.
trying to help us help you. That's not how that works, but you know what?
Wait.
It's fine.
Let us help you help us.
Help you help us. Help us help you. I don't know.
Can you tell that we just can't speak?
We're really good at
ever
not being able to speak.
We're good at not.
We're really good at not being able to speak. Yeah.
But yeah.
Moonites. Not Moonites. Munites.
Every time you say Moon Knight, it's just gonna pop up. He's just gonna pop on the screen.
We've said it at least 3 times. We need at least 3 different versions. Yeah. Okay, so next thing.
The next theory topic is continuing on talking about like the extent of Moonbell's abilities. And this is mostly like a recent topic that I saw within the lore chat, and I didn't really look too into like what everyone was saying. I don't think Siren really talked on it, so that's why I'm bringing it up here. But it's more about if they can heal those who are deemed quote unquote irredeemable, because we know people like Cersei, who is definitely a villain, too far gone. I don't really see any way of her having a redemption. But she still has visibly the scar from the fire, and so like would Moonbells help in that situation? Is it just because it's a scar and it doesn't help, or is it because she's quote unquote not quote unquote, she is a bad person?
She's allegedly an evil
quote
person.
unquote.
She's allegedly evil. Like she's killed and hurt many people.
Has it been proven in court? I'm so sorry.
We're the justiciaries. That's not how you say that.
Just
Dawnbreaker. We're the Dawnbreakers. Attorneys for.
We do not condone violence.
Attorneys for Rex answers. Attorneys for villains. That's what we do.
Attorneys
oh my
for
gosh,
villains,
this
yep.
really is gonna become like She-Hulk. I haven't even watched that. I need to watch it, but I know that that she works with the bad guy. That's all I know.
You gotta watch it.
I know.
It's so
I'll try and
good.
do it tonight while I do work that I said I was gonna do. But yeah, what were we talking about? Cersei. Well, also Siren just said like a little while ago, right? Like she keeps it for a reason. So I think maybe it's
to like adds to her story.
It makes her more intimidating.
And reasoning.
Which, yes.
Honestly, true.
Two-Face. No. Oh no. Sorry, girly.
Oh
my gosh. Why'd I call her girly? She's like a grown woman.
With some bad skincare.
But yeah, I think technically it could, because it did heal. Like Bren had a straight up burn, and I don't think he has a mark still. Yeah. I mean, granted, it was an enchanted burn, but like still, I mean, if it could completely cure a magical thing, I'm sure it could completely cure a.
So are Moonbells biased, or do they help anybody except divines?
I think it helps anybody. Also, we don't know. That also begs the question, right? Like, why wasn't it used initially in her treatment? I mean, I get that they're rare, but they're more, I'm sure, like in emergency situations like that, it would be used, right? So,
well, I feel like, was she like maybe one of the few soul survivors? Yeah. And like, so I mean, I guess maybe, I mean, it's not like Earth where like another city will come with like their health team. What's a health team? Resources, fire department,
health team assemble.
I don't know. The army would come in and help if a town was under
the Coast Guard. I guess,
attack.
I know the Coast Guard something comes for some people. Or no, it's not the Coast Guard. It's like what's it called? They come on like horses. They don't come on horses. They I forget what they're called. But it's like something, it's not patrol. What is it called? Oh my gosh.
Anyway, somebody would come and help, but maybe they don't have the resources to do that. So
yeah, it is technically fantasy setting.
Because mind you, Altera is kind of like a medieval type setting.
And once a dragon
in a
attacks, it's like,
sense.
I don't know what I can do for you.
It's like, too bad y'all
Oh my
should
gosh.
have done
So
something.
tragic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, but even still, like, after, like, again, Bren had that for a long time, but she
Mhm.
could easily heal it now. Yeah. Well,
Theory. And to end, do you want to finish
and
that,
to
or did
end,
you have
oh my
anything to add?
gosh. Okay, what is it?
To end our theories and chats, we just wanted to bring up the what? I can't speak.
Speaking is overrated.
So to end our theories, we wanted to do something a little bit light because Bella's whole story can be quite
Sad.
sad. So just wondering, what do you think Bella's thoughts are on Archie's alcoholic experiments with
I think
Moonbells?
she'd be like, let me try it. So,
Pour me a
I
glass.
should be getting some of these sales because you're using my product.
And you're using my product's name in the name of these drinks.
Yeah,
So
I should be getting,
copyright issue.
honestly. Her and
Yeah.
Arthur just in a bitter legal battle. Oh my gosh, I don't like your wife, dude. Can we talk about, like, Arthur's just, like, stalking them low-key? Like, she's like,
Oh, not even
no,
low-key.
yeah, not even.
Like,
She's like,
straight up.
Rex just, like, finally notices after, like, there's someone watching us. She's like, oh yeah, no, he's there all the time. I thought at first he was
He's
weird.
taking
I thought he at
notes.
first was, like, stalking me, and it was kind of creepy, but then, like, every time you showed up was, like, when he really took notes and stuff, so I feel like it's a weird subject thing. I feel like we're an experiment. We're subjects in an experiment. Not even an experiment, just research.
Yeah. Div is just like in the corner, like, I mean, yeah, kinda.
Well, fanfiction is technically not research, but
Hey, it could be.
I wish.
If you write it in a compelling way,
Mm-hmm.
it can be research.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, is that it? Did we?
I think we did.
Did we somehow get to the end of this?
Did the thing. Did the darn thing.
Okay. Well, should I end it? Are we good?
Gosh.
Do I end? Do I do my
Oh, wait!
end?
The other notes.
I didn't. I mean, do we want to talk about it? I just wrote it in.
We can talk about it a little bit.
So recently, Siren in the server was talking about Bella, and I feel like this was recent.
Yeah, it was fairly recent.
I think time is complicated. So it's somewhat recent where he was talking about Rex and Bella and the whole redemption thing, and he was talking about how due to Moonbells removing divine invocations based on proximity, that means that Bella's existence as a divine is the first step of proving Rex wrong. And it was his fault she's a divine. He talks about how he loves the irony of that. Who doesn't? And Rex's whole deal is that divine is above mortal, but then when he's in proximity to Moonbells, some of that divinity is kind of like pushed down.
Repressed.
Right? That makes sense? Repressed. There you go. And so, like, Bella's whole existence as a whole is basically proving Rex wrong. That, like, mortals aren't below them, but, like, they're on equal footing.
I mean,
and so
she's technically not immortal anymore.
Yeah.
But
she was. And he made that mistake.
Yeah, I think it's more like, or I get that, and I think the way it took me a minute to, like, fully understand it. Like, I think it's like, oh yeah, no, you see these people as above you, but really they're just as, if given the power, or, like, you're not so different. You only have, like, these abilities, right? And, like,
yeah. Because, I mean, look at the family dynamic of the divines. Like, I feel like a lot of people could relate to in some way or another to the family dynamic. And we're just human, right? So
yeah, they're not
clearly
really, like, he thinks that they're, like, so above and so special, but, like, it's not.
Mm-hmm. But they got their problems. One kid going to the club, one kid crying in a cave.
Crying in a cave. Crying in a club? No, crying in a cave. But also, like, how I'm going to say this, how to say this, but, like, technically, Bella's more powerful than anyone, except, like, Div. And she's more powerful than Arthur, because Arthur is still, like, a Walmart divine, right? He has limitations that they did not have. What they are, we don't really know. But, like...
Yeah.
She has no weaknesses. The only thing is this curse, right? And that's going to be broken at some point.
That's true, yeah.
So once she does, she's literally unbeatable. And so, like, you went from, like, this supposedly lowly mortal, right, to, like, just all-powerful being outside of God.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't handle, like, you're so upset that, like, you know, if in her presence and in her effect, right, of this, like, of this thing that she created, of, like, her magic, technically, yeah, the Moonbells are her magic, right, you become, like Siren said, a mortal with bad fashion taste. So, like, you really are not so, you know, your power can be, you're the only thing that separates you from these, like, beings is the fact that you have these abilities, and, you know, and that can be taken away, like that. So, and, you know, it might be temporary, but, like, stuff can happen in a short amount of time. So,
yeah. And it's like it's a really good device to just show how, you know, similar they actually are rather than different.
Also hopefully help him learn
from his mistakes.
Like, hey, sometimes you just gotta leave things be and leave people alone.
Exactly.
And, you know, don't be so hostile to letting people into your not just into, like, your personal life and, like, you as an individual, but, like, into your family as a whole. But that's, like, getting into the whole Amia thing. And we're not gonna do that. Not in this episode. I love that we, like, start out with Bella and, like, we ended off with Rex. Their story, like, they're connected, right?
This is how it always happens.
Whenever we talk about both,
we're valid.
With one, there is always the other. But, like, yeah, I'm really excited to see more of, like, the Sun and Moon audios and sea audios.
I really want to
listen to more of the Sun and Moon audios. Yeah, and Kingsley. Shout out to Kingsley. She does a phenomenal job. Right, she's a great Bella. She's, like, perfect for Bella.
Yeah.
Like, you see, like, how, like, you hear, like, the patience that she has, like, with him, and, like, just the maturity that's, like, that Rex is missing, and, like, he's slowly learning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that. I'm so excited to see more of it.
I honestly don't know when we'll get the next one, but, like, I hope it's soon.
When we do, we have to do the Rex. We have to do one on him.
Okay. If I feel like once the second one comes out, we'll probably have enough to be like, okay, we'll do a Rex episode.
It's literally just gonna be why he's not why he's not the worst person.
Why he's not evil, basically. He's not evil, he's just
kind of a bad right now. He's learning, he's growing. He's like he's literally a cringy 30-year-old man that has never been out of the house, okay?
Oh god.
He's touching grass now. He's improving.
I know.
It's a very slow improvement,
I relate. I get it.
Same.
Very slow.
Oh my gosh.
But, like, you know, the Divines have, like, so many years living that, like, I guess the process of, like, changing takes longer in respect to, like, what a human takes to, like, change as a person.
Vox cried for 80 years and didn't think anything of it, so...
Exactly.
Like, 80 years, that felt like 8 hours.
Exactly, right? So, you know, obviously it's gonna take Rex a while.
Hopefully not too long.
But give him the benefit of the doubt.
Hopefully it's before the circle will come in and, like, jack everything up.
But yeah, I think that's everything.
We did it.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to us ramble about Moonbells and Bella. If you want to, you know, listen to other audios, no, that's wrong. If you want to listen to other episodes that we've done, please just, you know, check out our channel, subscribe and like if you wanna. I'm not gonna force ya, you know.
Like, subscribe.
Just if you wanna.
Leave a comment down below.
And subscribe.
Uh,
We'll link Siren's YouTube and Discord if you are 16 plus, and any audios that we had mentioned, basically the Lore Classroom audio. We'll link that all in the description for you, so you can see those resources. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.